Hello, hello. I am here with my 11th month review. Let me just say, I can't believe it's been 11 months since my first injection of Mounjaro. I absolutely cannot believe it. If you are one of those people that have lasted on these GLP-1 medications, let me take a moment to congratulate you and say, job well done. Because history has told us and research shows that a lot of people don't make it past their third month taking these medications. So again, I will say for me, I also said I was going to give it 6 good months in my mind to work. And if it did not work, I was going to give it the heave-ho. So I'm glad I did not. I'm glad I did not. Immediately, when I took that first injection of Mounjaro, within that first week, I think I was down 4 pounds, 4+ pounds. And immediately I started to feel less inflammation in my body. And so that has been a big plus for me. And I don't think I hit home enough about that. Inflammation, when that happens in your body, it makes you tired. It slows you down. You really don't want to do a whole lot of anything. You really can't do a whole lot of anything. It really holds you back. And so to be set free from that, I was really cruising my first month on Mounjaro and just feeling great, feeling like this is the change that I needed. Great things have happened since I have taken Mounjaro. So let's talk about numbers. Let's talk about numbers because most people can relate to that. I am 52 years old. I am 5'4.5". My starting weight was 306.4. As of today, I am 248.8. So I've lost a total of 57.6 pounds. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. I'm close to 60. So that's the next goal for myself. By the time I do my 12th month review, I hope to be coming to you saying I am in the sexy 60s. That is my goal. As I look back on my journey and I do some reflecting, I did a lot of things well. Some of the great things I did was cut off my eating past 7. That's one of the first things I think I did to help me on my journey. I started counting calories and I started off with 1,800. And of course, as you lose, you have to reduce that calorie intake. So now I'm hovering around 1,590, 1,590, but I think I need to decrease that a little bit. I need to check the TDEE website. That helps me with the calculation of those numbers. My blood pressure dropped. It was 156/101. My blood pressure is now normal, 120/80. So all those things are just fabulous. Those are the numbers. My A1C was 7.6 and now it's down to a 6.1%. And I'm hoping when I go back to my doctor's office that A1C is going to be under 5. Now, if I'm still in the pre-diabetic range, I'll take that. But I do want to go low. How low? How low will I go? How low? How low will I go? So I'm hoping to get to that 5.8-ish, 5.6, 5.5, anywhere in there. But if it's 6.0, I'm going to take that because guess what? It's not where I'm at now, 6.1. And so that leads me into what I really want to talk about on my 11th month update. I want to talk about having realistic goals set for yourself and giving yourself grace. What I mean by having a realistic goal is something you can actually achieve, something that's not so far out of reach that you can't achieve it. So my goal is to lose another, I would say I need to lose another 42.4 pounds to get to 100 pounds lost, 100 pounds down. And I think that's doable. I gave myself to July. So when I set this goal, I have 6 months to get there. Now, if I don't get there, guess what I'm going to do? Give myself some grace. Give myself some grace. And I'm just going to reset. I will reset and refocus at that point. And I think a lot of times I see people give themselves a goal that's pretty unrealistic. Sometimes I poke my head in TikTok, Facebook, Reddit, No matter where I go, I see people say, oh my gosh, you've lost 40 pounds in 3 months. That's so awesome. You've lost 60 pounds in 4 months. That's so awesome. It is awesome. What can we say? That is fabulous. But then if you see those same people 6 months from that point, they don't have those same losses. They're not keeping up with that pace of loss, and it gets difficult. And at that point, you have to reset. I think initially your body is adjusting to this medication and it's shedding those pounds, right? Because it's healing itself. And when it's healing itself and it's correcting all that was wrong with your metabolism, your hormones, the way your food was digesting, when it's healing that and it's making that change, that weight loss is going to come off a little bit faster. But as you roll along and your body gets that set point and used to how many calories you're eating, it's going to be harder and harder to maintain. I say set realistic goals. For me, one of the first goals I set for myself, and I don't know if I said this out loud or not, but I wanted to get to that 50 pounds down. And when I got to that 50 pounds, I was elated. Now, I gave myself a time to get there. I think at the time, I was probably like 11 pounds away from it when I set the goal to do it by Thanksgiving. I don't really think that was a realistic goal because up to that point, I was not losing at the pace that would allow me to lose those 11 pounds within a month. But what I did was I stepped it up a notch. I kicked up what I was doing. So I was eating less than 100 carbs already, but some days I was getting even less than that. My goal was 100 carbs, but I was getting 80. I was not eating past 7:30, and some days I even didn't eat past 6:30. I tweaked that. I was exercising. I was doing a little strength training here and there, just little things to keep my body moving. I stepped that up a notch. And so I started doing some things that I knew that I could do before I titrated up or I totally gave up on my goal. Now, I didn't exactly reach that goal. I was so close by Thanksgiving. I didn't exactly reach the goal. But guess what? I did what? Gave myself grace. I gave myself grace and I refocused. And when I gave myself grace and refocused, that allowed me to hit my goal. I think I felt the pressure a little bit, but I put pressure on myself. The pressure mostly came from myself because this is such a great community. The GLP-1 community is so great. They cheer you on. They tell you what you need to do or what you should try or what you should tweak in order to help you along. And they make you feel it's a judgment-free zone, right? I think that's what I love about it. It's a judgment-free zone. It's pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. And so that's what I am all about on my channel. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, try and try again. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So I hit that 50 pounds and then I set another goal. Before that, I said, I'm never setting a goal like that again. I'm never saying what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and when I'm going to get there. I'm a goal setter and I like to think of myself as a goal crusher as well. I was doing my vision board. And if you haven't checked out the video of the vision board, you need to go back and check that out. A lot of us set great goals for the community and for ourselves. And we all wanted to focus on our health and wellness. One of the goals I set for myself was to lose 100 pounds. And I gave myself a date. I said by July of 2025. Now, do I want to do that? Absolutely. Do I feel pressure? Absolutely not. I do not. I don't feel pressure to do it, but I think I'm going to get there. And why do I think that? Because I'm doing all the things. I'm using all the tools that I know to use to get there. I don't need to be in a rush to get there. I want to cruise into it. That is my goal. That's the goal I set for myself. And then in the meantime, I also did what I do. I set another goal for myself, a smaller goal, a realistic goal. And that goal was for me to get to 60 pounds down by the time I see my doctor in mid-February. I am on my way to doing that. I am at 57.6 or 8 pounds down. And I will get to that 60 pounds down by the time I visit my doctor. And guess what? If I don't, I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to give myself grace. Giving yourself grace means yourself, but refocusing yourself. And I know a lot of times we give ourselves grace, but I always say we are our own worst critics. We can criticize ourselves more than anybody else could do it for us. And so I want us to learn how to stop criticizing ourselves and being hard on ourselves and giving ourselves grace. Giving yourself grace to not maybe hit a target, but not giving up, not saying I can't do it, but refocusing yourself. I set small little goals for myself. The first small goal for myself was to get to the sexy 60s after I hit 50. Another goal I have is to get to 230. So some people talk about 230 and wanting to be out of 230. I think that's where I want to be. I'm headed there. So I want to get to 230. After I get to the 230 pounds, my next goal is going to lead me right into that 100 pounds down. I will be at 206.4 when I'm 100 pounds down. And after that, my goal is to get into the onesies wonderland. When I do that, when I reach that goal, I am going to talk with my doctor and figure out a plan from there, and figure out where my body should be and where I need my body to be from there. But guess what? Along the way, I may have some big losses. I may have no losses. I may gain a pound or two here or there, and that is okay. You have to be okay with that. One thing I learned about this journey is you have to take the good with the bad. You have to be okay with knowing you did everything right and the scale may not have moved. You have to also be okay with knowing you made some mistakes. You did some things that wasn't on your plan. You ate some things that wasn't on that meal plan, and you have to forgive yourself and start over. And I always say the difference between this weight loss journey and any other weight loss journey I've been on is I'm starting over the next bite, the next meal. I'm not starting over the next day or the next week or the beginning of a week. And so if we can start getting our mindset to that point, we will all be more happy and more successful. Whatever your issue is at this point in your weight loss journey, as of today, of you watching this video, I want you to turn that around. So if you are someone that is not getting enough calories, refocus yourself. Set realistic goals to get more calories. If you are someone that's not tracking and need to track your food to be successful, or you want to give it a try, start today. If you don't want to track the actual numbers, start taking pictures of what you eat. Get a visual in your head of how much you're eating every day, and maybe eat those foods for a week and see how your body does with that. But come up with a plan and make it realistic and do it. Just try it for a week. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit, but it only takes about 7 days to see if something is working for you. So I would try the 7 days, and then if you could work your way up to 14 and then 21. And then by the time you are on that 28th day, you are for sure ingrained in a habit. If you are someone that's not eating enough, not getting enough food, not eating enough nutrients, not taking care of your body in that way, set a goal for yourself so that you can do it. You can do it. Every day you wake up, not every year, every single day you wake up, that is a chance for you to try again. That is a chance for you to get it right today. That is a chance for you to give it your best effort. So I will say to you, if nobody else has told you how fabulous you are, how much of a goal crusher you are, how much of a go-getter you are, I am here, the Downsizing Diva, to tell you, you are all those things and more. You can do this. You've got this. You just have to set goals, make those goals attainable, make those goals realistic, give those goals a date. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 100 pounds. Give yourself a time period. You don't have to give yourself an exact date. It doesn't have to be July 1st, 2025. It could be July. That's still a specific month. Now, if you want to be specific and give yourself a date, you can do that too. Also, write your goals down so you can refer to those goals. Sometimes I say a goal and I'll say it in my head, and it really becomes real once I write it down. So write those goals down. Be specific. Say what you want to do and how you're going to do it. Those are the things that help make a goal realistic. And if you're someone that has been losing 4 pounds a month on average, don't give yourself a goal to lose 11 or 12 pounds and do the same thing. Now, if you're going to pick up your pace, that's great. But if you're going to do the same thing you were doing, that's not a realistic goal for you. If you're someone who's been losing 1 or 2 pounds a month, then to set that goal within that realm, that's more of a realistic goal for you. So set those goals. But again, if you don't reach those goals, what are you going to do if you don't reach those goals? That's right. You're going to give yourself grace. Give yourself the grace that you give everybody else that you help out. I am 57.6 pounds down. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of what I've been able to accomplish since taking Mounjaro. I am proud that I have given myself grace on this journey. The message here is you can do hard things. Set a realistic goal and give yourself grace. Weight loss is such a personal journey. It's all about you and what you can do. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me along on my journey. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't